Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another 5-minute build showcase for Destiny 2. Today focusing on a build revolving around the exotic hand cannon Sunshot. This build is going to amplify the explosive capabilities of the Sunshot, while also granting us amazing healing and a solid ability rotation. So now let's check out this explosive build. Kicking off this build, let's check out the Sunshot hand cannon. With its perk Sunburn, we fire explosive rounds and highlight targets that take damage. Targets killed by the weapon also explode with solar energy from Sunblast. With the recent buff to hand cannons, we now deal an extra 20% of damage, making this surprisingly deadly. When it comes to the subclass, we'll start off with our Incinerator Snap melee to scorch targets and cause even more solar explosions. We're also using the Solar Grenade for add clear and more scorch stacks, and when it comes to the super, I prefer using Word of Radiance for endgame content, but using Dawnblade doesn't impact the build. Now let's take a look at our aspects and fragments, starting off with Touch of Flame, increasing the duration of our solar grenades and causing them to emit blobs of lava, increasing damage and effectiveness. The second aspect in this build is Heat Rises, activating from consuming a grenade charge. This will increase our airborne effectiveness and grant melee energy from airborne final blows. We are pairing this with the Phoenix Dive to gain restoration ×2 for healing when Heat Rises is active. To make sure we have our restoration stacks constantly, we need to take a look at our fragments. I'm equipping Ember of Empyrean to extend the duration of restoration from solo ability and solo weapon final blows, and I've also gone for Ember of Solace to further increase the duration of our restoration. The exotic armor I've chosen to use with this build is Sunracers, allowing us to gain unlimited solar grenades from solo melee kills. While this is not an essential part of the build, this will help us activate Heat Rises more often, while also helping with ad control and scorching. Our next two fragments will help us gain consistent melee energy to activate helium spirals from Sunracers. Ember of Ashes will allow us to apply more scorch stacks, and Ember of Searing means that defeating scorched targets will grant melee energy and create fire sprites. When it comes to our mod choice, we need to increase our Sunshot weapon damage, generate more super energy, and add redundancy to our ability rotation. To generate orbs of power for armor charge, I'm using Solar Siphon and Firepower mods for orbs from solar weapon and grenade final blows. These orbs will grant us up to 4 stacks of armor charge thanks to Charged Up, and these stacks will be used by 2 sets of solar weapon surge. This will give our solar weapons a 17% boost to damage almost permanently. Between the recent buff to hand cannons and this, the Sunshot is surprisingly effective, even in endgame content. Other than the Sunshot, other solar weapons that work well with this build are weapons with the Incandescent perk to spread more scorch, but you can really use whatever you need depending on the activity you're doing. To help with our survivability, I'm running a recuperation mod for health from orb of power pickups, and I'm using Bulwark Finisher for an overshield from finisher final blows, bearing in mind this does consume stacks of armor charge. From these mods, we also need a solid ability rotation. To reduce melee cooldown for Sunbracers, I'm running Outreach on class armor and Momentum Transfer on my arms. I'm also using Bolster and Detonation for class ability energy from grenade damage, allowing us to activate restoration more often, and a distribution mod for some extra ability regeneration. Finally, I'm using an Ashes to Assets mod for more super energy on grenade kills, and a Heavy Ammo Finder mod for a 5.5 times multiplier to heavy ammo production from Sunshot kills. This build really helps the Sunshot be even better, while helping us create solar explosions to destroy all of our enemies, while healing through insane amounts of damage thanks to constant restoration stacks. As always, I'll leave a screenshot to mod placements right here, and I'll put a dim link in the description for you to check out. Of course, if you enjoyed this build showcase, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content every week, and I'll see you in the next one.